Recording in progress.
Okay, so let's begin. Let's close the eyes, bring the attention inward. At the moment of creation, God became a portion of all beings everywhere, attuned to that supreme divine consciousness that is your nature as well, infinite, immutable, stainless, and absolutely boundless in its range of potential. We'll begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are becoming one with all beings everywhere. Om. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. So let's begin with the mantra for purification. I'll do it line by line or half line by half line. It's meant to purify all the nadis within these psychic receptors that are all the way throughout the body, over 350,000 of them. And when they're fully open and purified, you can realize more for yourself. And the more you realize for yourself, the more you can share with others. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava. Repeat. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava. Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa. Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa. Yaha Smrit Pandrikaksham. Yaha Smrit Pandrikaksham. Sabahya Bihantrahasjihi. Sabahya Bihantrahasjihi. So now we'll do it all together. If you can't get it, don't worry about it. Just pretend you're chanting through the voice of the Guru. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smrit Pandrikaksham Sabhaya Bihantraha Sajihi. Let's start off with Bhastrika breath. Just heat up the body a little bit. So imagine it should sound like a puppy sniffing through its nose. So you're inhaling and exhaling through the nose very, very rapidly. If you accentuate every second or third one, that's about a second. So this stimulates the Muladhara chakra, the root chakra. It helps to aerate the lungs and to generate heat and to oxygenate the blood. So we'll do a couple rounds, and at the end of it, we'll do Kumbhaka, the breath retention. Take a breath in. Exhale completely, empty the lungs. And whenever you're ready, you begin. You can start slow and then start to pick up speed. Empty lungs completely, push all the air out of the lungs. Take a deep breath in now. Fill up the lungs, inflate the chest, raise the chest up high, and then hold the breath. Jalandhara Bandha, Mula Bandha. Contract the perineum muscles, pull the pelvic floor up towards the navel, chin on the chest, the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth, and the attention to the space between the eyebrows. Keep your attention at the space between the eyebrows in order to attract all the prana there. Slowly exhale in a controlled fashion, no big explosion out of the body. Release the locks at the throat and the root. Relax those muscles. From the solar plexus, your source of inner power, inhale the power up to the crown. Leave it there, exhale back to the solar plexus. Inhale again, draw more from your internal source up to the crown. Leave it there again, exhale, return to the solar plexus. And one more deep breath in. Draw the power right up to the crown as well as the breath. Hold the breath now. Again, all the attention at the crown. Jalandhara Bandha, Mula Bandha. Everything stops. All the mind activity, all the movements of the body, all the emotions as though they're frozen. As you exhale, imagine all that power going out to distribute to all beings everywhere. Breathe normally for a couple of cycles. We'll do one more repetition. Now prepare for the next cycle. Inhale. Exhale, empty out completely. All the air from the lungs. And whenever you're ready, you can begin the next cycle again, starting slowly and then building with speed. Feel the belly bouncing. Keep the shoulders still, but move the diaphragm very, very rapidly. Exhale completely, empty the lungs, take a deep breath in. Hold the breath, contract the root muscles again, pull them up towards the navel, Mula Bandha. And for the Jalandhara Bandha, the chest again is very high, so when you bring your chin on it, your back stays straight. Tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Watch the space between the eyebrows. Even though the body is experiencing tension, perhaps even a bit of discomfort, remain like the witness, unaffected, unjudging, undisturbed. Exhale slowly. Release the throat and the root locks. From the solar plexus again, inhale up your power up to the crown. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Keep on drawing power from your inner source up on the inhale to the crown again. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. One more time. Pull more of your power up to the crown. On On the next inhale, hold the breath, hold the attention at the crown, throat lock, root lock. Try to keep the mind one-pointed at the crown. Imagine all the power that you're putting up there is going out to all beings everywhere. Visualize all beings empowered by your source. Exhale. Return your attention to the solar plexus. Remain established in your own divine power. Keep sharing with others through your practice. So one more technique, again, to generate more heat in order to help us to practice Ujjayi breathing, victorious breathing. So you're trying to concentrate the breath between just about 2 or 3 widths below the belly button, right up to the top of the chest. And we're going to start off by just inhaling, filling up the belly, filling up the chest, right up to the top of the chest. Exhale, deflate. The chest deflates, followed by the lungs. Make an audible sound like an ocean. Breathing through the mouth. Exhale, deflate. The inhales match the exhale. This helps increase the capacity of the lungs. Inhale. Exhale. Really exaggerate the movement. Really inflate. Pretend you're Mussolini on the inhale. Make the chest very big and wide and up. Exhale, deflate everything. Next time you inhale, close your mouth partway through, but still continue to produce the sound. Exhale the same way, keep the mouth closed. You should feel like you're breathing through a partially restricted throat. Continue, inhale. Exhale, you might feel a little bit of tickle or friction in your throat as you breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Push out all of the air on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take a deep breath in, all the way, fill up, right up to the top of the chest. Keep the chest lifted and then bring your chin on it. Contract the root muscles again. Jalandhara Bandha, Mula Bandha. Tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. All the attention to the space between the eyebrows. Fix your attention in the space between the eyebrows, the seat of divine perception. Now, while holding a breath, let in a little bit more air if you can. Increase capacity of your lungs to make room for a little bit more air. And again, see if you can create a little bit more space still, breathing a little bit more. And again, can you find even more space? Fill it entirely with a little bit more air. Keep your shoulders down, the face calm. Slowly exhale. Controlled as always, otherwise you lose the benefit of the practice. Pranayama is control of the vital force. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the crown. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Keep sharing your source of power with all others. Inhale again. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. And get ready. Inhale, big breath in. Lift the chest as high as you can, and then third eye attention. Hold the breath. Throat lock, root lock. Again, let in a little bit more air. See how much you can expand your lungs. Keep holding the breath. Keep the mind calm and unchanging. The temperament is the same as a witness who's unbothered, undisturbed, unaffected. Again, let in a little bit more air. Learn to control the mind and the emotions, or they will control you. One more time. See if you can let in a little bit more air still. And slowly breathe out. Relax the throat and the root muscles. Take a moment to observe the state of the body, the mind, and emotions. Have no expectation, have no attachment to the results. Everything, just like the asanas, meant as an offering. Offer up all the benefits, all the fruits of the practice at all times, to all beings. Good. Now bring your attention to the heart, the spiritual heart located in the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart. Spiritual breathing to establish a deeper connection with the divine within. That is in fact present in all beings everywhere. Raise your arms up now, the palms slightly turned up. From the fingertips, inhale down through the arms, drawing the best, everything you need down through the arms into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all in the heart, hold the breath here. Your attention is like a magnet. It pulls everything you do into that place. Exhale, just the breath out through the fingertips. Everything that you pulled in stays within. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale again, pull in everything that you need. Attract it with your attention down into the spiritual heart. 3, 4. Feel yourself being inundated by all that you need. 6, 7, 8. Fill your heart up with that, all that you pulled in. Hold the breath there. Exhale again, out through the arms, just a breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, inhale, pull in everything, all that you need, down into spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5. Drawing the best of the best. 6, 7, 8. Holding it all in the heart. Hold it as an offering to God who resides there. Exhale out to the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms back down now. Keep your intention as one of offering throughout the practice. We will now continue with the asanas. Try to see God in each and every being. Each and every being is a divine manifestation of God. So celebrate the magnificence, the beauty of God through imitation of forms. Think of it as a very high form of reverence. So now let's come to standing. As always, please practice in accordance with your condition, okay? And respect your limitations. So we're going to start off with a bit of a warm-up here. So bring your feet about 10 inches apart and just start to swing from side to side. Feel as though the arms are heavy ropes hitting the body any which way. Or see all the way around you. And then start to move faster. And then even faster. Shake everything. Allow the head to fly in all the directions. Move as fast as you can. And then start to slow it down. Now from here, hands on the hips, and start to roll the head around. Try to get the ears to the shoulders, the chin to the chest, and the back of the head to the top of the back. Feel as though the head were very heavy, rolling all the way around the neck. And then change the direction of rotation. Lose yourself in the sensations. Imagine all beings experiences through your body. So deliver the best experience possible. And now bring the left foot forward, and then throw the left arm back, so the right arm back, and just wind up as though you're about to throw a ball. And then swing the opposite direction. You can form a fist. You can also turn your body as your arm turns to protect your shoulders. Now the right foot forward, left arm goes back. Feels like you're holding a weight of 5 pounds in the hand to make the arm swing more easily. And then go the other direction now. Bring the feet in line with one another. The right hand starts up, the left hand down, and then we're circling in opposite directions, so try not to think too much about it. Left hand up, right hand down, and switch directions. That's it. Good. And now bring the arms up over the head. Take hold of the opposite elbows, and then bend to your left, pulse 3 times. Come up to the center and go to the other side. Pull on the elbow, press the arms against the ears. Go to the other side again. Try to not to make wrinkles in the waist, and then the other side. Come back up to the center and little circles over the head. Start off with just little circles, head, neck, and shoulders mostly moving. But then gradually increase the size of the circle. The upper back and the chest coming into the movement. And if you feel apt to do so, perhaps you can spin the whole torso. Hinge at the hips and trace large circles in front of the body. The arms brushing across the feet. Good, and then come back to the top and then switch directions. Again, starting little by little, starting with little circles, head, neck, and shoulders. And starting to make the circles bigger, adding in the chest and the upper back. Good. Beautiful. And then, if you like, the whole torso rotates. Hinge at the hips. Make like a windmill. Use momentum in the downswing to carry you through the circle swiftly and smoothly. And then come all the way back up. And then release the arms. Now shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly, like you have no control over the hands are moving all by themselves. You can make the hands move up and down, the fingers like the wings of a hummingbird, moving so fast you can't even see them move. And maybe little circles. Just feel all the joints in the wrists and the fingers moving. Good. And now next one, you can, if you have a wall near you or a chair, you can place your left hand on the chair or the wall and then swing the right leg back and forth. You can also do it with just without the wall or the chair if you need to, but it's a little bit easier with you're holding on to something. Try to get the knee right to the shoulder. Swing the leg back. Imagine the legs like a big pendulum swinging out of control. Try to touch the back of the head with your toes. And then switch the legs. Left leg goes back and forth now. Be careful with your toes. Good. And then release. Okay, next one is just to, again, remind us that we should all try to be like children, completely without fear, without inhibition. So, lion's breath. Your eyes go big, your tongue hangs out of the mouth. Looks like this. Okay, so it's like a lion sneezing. Let the eyes roll back in the head. 2 more. Good. All right, now stand your feet together, the arms by sides of the body. As we inhale, we're going to lift the arms and heels. So inhale, 2, 3. Start to lift the heels, palms turn up. 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. And lower the heels slowly. 2, 3. Inhale, graceful movements. Inhale, 2, 3. Start to lift the heels, push in through with your toes. 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. And down, 2, 3. Keep going. Inhale, feel the arms floating up by themselves. Rise up off the heels. 2, 3. Engage the leg muscles and the core. Exhale, 2, 3. And down, 2, 3. One last time. Inhale. Pretend you're the witness, watching the body moving all by itself. Up, 2, 3. Hold the position. Interlace the fingers, press the heels, your palms up. Imagine trying to push the hands right through the roof. Good. Now exhale, 2, 3. And down, 2, 3. Bring the chin back down onto the chest in a gesture of humility. Stay in this humble mindset throughout the whole practice. Renounce all the fruits. Do it because it must be done for the benefit of all. Your divine duty. So now let's come to the front of the mat. Surya Namaskara. Bring the hands to the heart here. Imagine we're all together physically, moving together like a school of fish. Infuse yourself with the light and warmth of the sun. Imagine as the wisdom and the love of God, and send it out to all beings everywhere. Everything that we receive again, we share with all. Raise your arms up over the head, arch back, engage the buttocks to support you as you lean back. And then fold forward, bend your knees, bring hands to the ground. The right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Push the seat all the way forward. Then come into the high plank. Bring the knees down, the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward between the arms. Roll the shoulders back. Curve the spine. Take the seat back 2 more times. Glide forward. Pull the arms as though you're trying to drag the floor towards the body. This will propel yourself forth more power and ease. 1 more time. Take the seat all the way back. Glide forward. And then uncoil like the serpent. Take the head all the way back. Adho Mukha Savasana. Roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Melt the heart, allow the head to drop below the arms. Now bring the right foot forward to the hands. Knee down, drop down to the seat. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest and the thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing, Hasta Uttanasana. And then bring it back home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up again. All the movements done with consciousness. Try to tap into the consciousness of each and every movement. Uttanasana, bowing down in humbleness. Left foot back. Come into the high plank. Again, the knees down, the seats back. Glide forward. Blessed are those, remember, are those who can copy the teacher, in this case a serpent, physically. Imagine how that boundless range of motion, like the serpent. Take the seat back, glide forward again. Twice blessed, who can imitate the form physically and mentally. Be regal and wise like the serpent. 1 more time, take the seats all the way back. Glide forward 3 times. Blessed are those who can imitate the teacher physically, mentally, and spiritually. Tap into all the divine qualities and virtues of that which you're representing. Adho Mukha Savasana. Take the seats all the way up and back, head down. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana, bow to the legs. Come all the way up, all the movements graceful and powerful, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up, connect the movements seamlessly like you're doing a divine dance of devotion. Uttanasana, fold the body down in half. Right foot back. Lower down the knee, Drop down to the seat. Good. Then come into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, chest, forehead down. As you come forward, hips to your hands, lift hips and knees away from the ground. Upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, melt the heart. Right foot steps forward to the hands. Then Uttanasana again. Bow to the legs, head down. Right up to standing, reach up over the head. Come back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back again, stretch to your limits. Fold the body down. Left foot back into the plank. Imagine your shapeshifter moving between the forms effortlessly. Ashtanga Namaskara, come forward, and then again, pick your hips and knees up off the ground. Charge the legs. Back into downward facing dog. You have to keep on seeing yourself in the forms. Left foot forward. Good. And then the feet come together. Uttanasana. Head down. Close to the feet. Come right to standing. Reach up. And then come back home. Hands to the heart. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body. The breath will follow and deliver more power and grace and ease. Fold the body down in half. Uttanasana. The right foot back. Lower down the knee. Flatten out the toes. Inhale. Raise your arms up. Circle the arms up. Exhale, drop your seats all the way forward, circle the arms back, allow the head to fall back. Inhale again, pull your torso up out the hips each time your arms come up. Exhale, lean away from the leg, open yourself up to divine grace. One more time, raise your arms up, press the seats all the way forward, allow the head to fall back. Now from here, bring the right hand down the inside of the left foot, lift the back knee up, simple twist, left arm up, and push the left arm all the way back, look up. Chest and the face turned up. Good. And then come back into high plank, and then from here, you can do Ashtanga Namaskar if you have more strength. Bring the seats back. Try to swing all the way forward into upward facing dog, so touching your legs to the ground. Pull the elbows into the sides of the body. Now stay in upward facing dog for a moment. Press and roots your toes, just like Dharma does. Try to imagine you're folding back and your body in half. Try not to create a big fold across the lower back or the back of the neck, however. Look like a dog howling at the moon. And then all the way back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Without bending your arms, try to get your belly to your thighs, your chest to the ground. And if you're flexible, you can strike the forehead to the ground. If you're even more flexible, maybe the nose and the chin come down. Curve the back like a dog stretching its back. Good. Look like a dog who's humble, who's loyal to his master as well. Embody that beautiful character trait of the dog. Now raise the right leg up, Ekapana. Look to the hands and bring the right foot forward to the hands. Back knee down, flatten out the toes. Inhale again, raise your arms up. Exhale, drop your seats all the way forward, circle the arms down. Keep coming up, rising up taller as each repetition. Exhale, fall back with the head. Lean away from the leg. One more time, raise your arms up, drop your seats all the way forward, circle the arms down. Now plant your left hand down on the inside of the right foot, lift the back knee up, raise the right arm up and pull the arm all the way back again. Pull the right hip back as well. Try to keep the side body long. And then come back. Left foot comes beside the right, Uttanasana. Bow to the legs. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head, hands back to the heart. Bury your mind deep in heart, watch the body move with even more power and grace and ease. Hasta Uttanasana, take the body back, and then fold the body down. Uttanasana. Left foot back, lower down the knee, flatten out the toes. Inhale, come up again. Raise your arms up, turn to the right this time as the arms circle down. Inhale again, come up. We're making a gesture like we're being receptive to all the experiences. We have something to gain from each and every one. Knowledge is power and helps us to remove us with the ignorance that causes suffering. Now, from here, look forward. The right hand just slides alongside the right hip. Left arm goes over the head, side bend. You can keep sliding the right arm out until the elbow even comes to the ground. Stretch the whole left side of the body. And then slide all the way back into high plank, Ashtanga Namaskara, or your entry of your choice into Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Right up into upward facing dog. Look like a dog howling at the moon. Picture it in your mind and realize the shape with your body. Realize the image. Back into downward facing dog. You want to move in a way that keeps the spine long, that doesn't create any discontinuities or kinks anywhere along the spine. This is like your conduit of energy, so you don't want to break the flow. Good. Raise the left leg up now. And then send the foot between the hands, ever so quietly, not making a sound. Back knee down, flatten out the toes. Inhale, come up. Turn to the right. Circle the arms down. Drop your seat all the way forward. Again, raise your arms up. Open up to your left. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up. And then open up to your left. When you picture your body moving with grace and power, this will manifest in your movements. And from here, the left hand again slides out to the left alongside the left hip. The right arm goes over the head. Just drape the arm all the way over to the left. Imagine you have fingers dangling from each fingertip of the right hand. Bend a little deeper. Good. And then coming all the way back and slide the right foot in to meet the left. Uttanasana. Chest on the thighs, head down. Come all the way up. Reach up over the head, hips forward. And back home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up. This time as you come down, bend your knees. Land your belly on your thighs, join your hands behind the back. Pull hands all the way back. And then push your body into your legs. Send your seat up over your heels and your hands up over your shoulders. If you're flexible, maybe your seat comes right over the heels in a straight line. Glue the whole front of the body against the legs. Trying to get your chest to go below the knees. Good. Don't worry if that doesn't happen, just do your best. Keep your belly with your thighs though. Now bring the right foot back. Lower down the knee, flatten up the toes. Right into Kapyasana from here. Bring your arms up over the head. Reach back. Good. Stretch as far as you can the fingertips until you're trying to get them over the back toes. And then break the pose. Bring the hands back down. A different variation this time. Swing left leg all the way up and back. Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. That's it. Come forward. Shoulders over the fingertips if you can. Lead the leg up there as you come down to your chest first. Pull the elbows into the sides of the body and lower down. Push through with your toes. Modify as you need to. You can bring the right knee down at the same time as the chest is lowering. When the chest touches, left foot comes down right into upward facing dog. And then roll back into downward facing dog. The right leg comes up. You have to keep picturing your body moving the way you want to see it move. And then the body will perhaps obey. The right foot forward. From here, again, Kapyasana, arms up. Reach back. Try to get the arms behind the ears. Drop your shoulders. Stretch. Good. The chest up. And then from here, break the pose. Bring the belly onto your thighs. Without touching your fingers to the ground, swing your hands all the way back behind the body, join them together. Uttanasana. Pull the hands right over your shoulders, the head moving towards the feet. A gesture of lowliness. And then come all the way up to standing. Reach up over the head, arch back. Come back home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up again. One movement flows into the other. Pull the body down. Chest on the thighs, always moving, always transitioning. Ever changing, remain undisturbed, just dance with it all. The left foot back, back knee down. Whatever comes your way in life, just remain as with a temperament as calm as possible. Kapyasana, pull the arms all the way back behind the ears, stretch. And then come back down, hands down. Swing the right leg all the way up and back, Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. Come forward, shoulders over the fingertips. Pull the elbows inside wide, turn your hands out a little bit, and then come down through your chest first if you can. Wherever you are in your practice is perfect if you're offering it up, doing your best. Upward facing dog, right back into downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up, three-legged dog, and step the foot between the hands. back knee down, flatten out the toes, raise your arms up, Kapyasana. Think of this monkey pose. Imagine a monkey with seemingly no bones in our arms. Pull the arms all the way back, like in no limits to your range of motion. Reach up. But of course, be mindful in your practice. Swing your hands back, be respectful of your limitations. Join your hands, right foot beside your left. Don't go into a place of pain or suffering or distress or anxiety. This is not what you want to transmit. Come all the way up to standing, reach up over the head. Arch back. Come back home. Good. We'll do that variation again, a little bit faster. Reach the arms up. Fold the body down. Bend your knees. Push your belly into your thighs. Send the seat over the heels, the hands over your shoulders. Right foot back. Lower down the knee. Right into Kapyasana. Pull the arms all the way back. And then break the pose. Bring the hands down. Swing the left leg all the way up and back. Three-legged dog. Good. And come forward into your high plank. Down with the chest first if you can. Control the movements so that they're always smooth. Right into upward facing dog. No jerky motions. No aggressive, hard, loud movements. Downward facing dog. Then a right leg comes up immediately. And you step up between your hands. Shoulders over the fingertips. The foot lands very softly. Not making a noise. Kapyasana again. Bring your arms all the way up and back behind the head. Reach back. And then come forward, land your belly on your thighs, swing your hands behind the back, join the left foot to the right, Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach the arms right over your head, come back home. And one more, raise your arms up, stretch the whole front of the body, fold the body down. Straight legs if you can, the seat directly in line with your heels. And then the left foot back, Kapyasana. Reach the arms all the way up and back. And then back down. Hands to the ground. Swing your right leg all the way back. Come forward to your high plank. With constant practice and adherence to ethical rules, the body will eventually move more fluidly, chest down. And whenever you don't achieve in this lifetime, you just pick up in the next lifetime. Upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. But try to go as far as you can in this life. Left foot, always the intention is self-realization. Left foot between the hands, back knee down, sit down to the seat. Arms up over the head, arch back, Kapyasana. And then come forward again. Belly on your thighs, swing your hands behind the back, join your feet together. Uttanasana, bow down in zone humbleness. Come all the way back, up. Reach up over the head and come back home, hands to the heart. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale the love from the heart up to the crown. Hold the breath at the crown. Imagine all beings are receiving this love now that you're sending out, just like the sun that shines down on everything equally. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in unconditional divine love towards all. Good. Now, Shiva Namaskara. May Shiva protect us and guide us through the practice and bring about transformation that helps us to evolve and to grow. Raise your arms up. Join the hands together in Kali Mudra. The mudra of fearlessness and fearlessness. Pull your arms back, push your hips forward, wiggle shoulders back and forth. Push your chest all the way up. Lean back to the extent that you can. And then come forward, bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs. Join your hands behind the back, push your legs back to your legs again, Uttanasana. Try to get your chest to come below the knees here, the head down. Now from here, bring the hands down. The left hand comes onto your left ankle, the index finger alongside, just against the outside the left heel. And raise the right leg up as high as you can, standing split. Bring the head forward and then push, bend your knee if you need to, keep your belly on your thighs. You can get the right hand closer, maybe even right on the foot. If you're trying to get your hand on the foot, hold your breath. Fix your gaze right in front of your toes. That's the idea. Now from here, bring your hands down on either side of the left foot and just a few pulses here. So push down into the ground with your hands, lift the left heel up and drop it back down. Keep strong through the right leg, keep pushing up to the base toes on the leg that's raised. Good. Make sure your foot's not too far from the hands, the wrists are just in front of your toes. If you like here, you can take a few hops. Hold your breath so you can float up. Imagine being hoisted up by the hips. If you want, you can even bring your left leg all the way up into handstand. If you have a handstand practice. And then back into chaturanga when you're ready. Good. You can hop or walk back or come in from handstand. All good. Good. Into upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Now from here, raise your left leg up. Go forward with your left foot. Back knee down, flatten out the toes. Inhale, come up. Kapiyasana again. Rock your shoulders back and forth. Try to get your arms back. Revisiting this beautiful expression of offering. Radiate your inner light. Imagine the shape of a crescent moon. Try to make your body look like that crescent shaped moon. Now, if your hips are nice and low, you can bring your fingertips maybe onto the ground. If your seat is right towards front heel, your fingers will touch down. Lift the chest, allow the head to fall back. If you like, you can bring the back knee up. Sometimes it helps to push your right thumb into the back of the knee. You wrap other fingers around the outside of the knee, and you might be able to direct the foot right to the head. If the foot doesn't touch the head, no worries about it. Just keep on trying to imagine you're squeezing a sock behind your knee. And if you have the balance, your foot finds your head, you can take your arms up, chain pose. Good. So just drop your seat all the way forward. If you have other expressions of the pose, you can go ahead, you can take your hands to your foot, or you can turn to the right if you like. For spear pose, just push the arm, the leg against the arm and extend the arms if you can't take the arms, just like that. Still a beautiful expression. That's it. Good. Break the pose. Now look forward, bring the hands on the inside of the left foot, move the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Lift the back knee and scooch back and forth a few times. Try to get your hips to sink. And then push back to the right foot one more time. Lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. If your hips are low enough, you can fall to the right. Get the right forearm down on the ground and rock back to your left. Your left forearm comes down. If you're very flexible, your hips are anchored down, then keep telescoping your body forward. Maybe your pelvis, your belly, and your chest and your chin will come right down. Lizard, Krishnasana. Make sure the knee stays close to shoulder. Make sure it's not falling out or the foot's not sliding out. The knee and the heel in the same line. That's it. Flatten out. Imagine you're trying to pull your body through into cobra. Same movement, leading with the heart. Good. One more breath here. Telescope the head forward. Sink through the hips like they're very heavy. They're made of lead. And from here, come back into high plank. Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, chest, forehead down. Right into your cobra. Or upward facing dog if you like. Shoulders back. Think of the shape in your mind. Think of the being you're representing, and then try to go to that place. Merge the form. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Melt the heart here. Allow the forehead to come down towards the ground. Look like the loyal dog to its master. And from here, the right foot steps forward. Back knee down. Kapiyasana again. Drop your seat all the way forward. Hands up. Rock your shoulders back and pull your arms all the way back. Lean away from the leg. If you need to modify, you can take your hands onto your seat, pull down, or keep your hands on the knee. Make sure, again, you're not crunching the lower back. If you want to try the other variations, go ahead. You can see if you can bring your foot up towards the head. Press the left thumb into the back of the knee, wrap your hands or fingers around the outside of the knee, and maybe your foot will find the head more easily. Or turn to your left and bring the left foot against either the left arm and just extend your arms, or take your bind, swan. Think of all the Dharma's variations here. Go to the one where you can hold it with steadiness and you're still challenging yourself, going to the edge of your potential. If you never try, in 20 years, as Dharma says, you'll still be in the same place in your practice. Beautiful, everybody. Nice variations. That's it. Sink your seats all the way forward so you don't lose your balance. And then from here, break the pose, look to the front. Right foot moves out to the edge of the mat. Left knee comes up and just scooch back and forth, gliding back and forth. Try to drop your hips. Feel as though they're made of lead. And push back one last time for your left heel. If your hips are low enough, drop down on your left hip and your left forearm and roll back to the right. Keep pulling your chest forward. If you're flat down on the ground, your shoulder might be on the foot. Gaze like a lizard who's just always unblinking, always calm, sunning itself on a warm earth. When you put yourself in imagining where that being is at ease and you put yourself in that place, you too may find the ease. Now we can return back into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Right into cobra or upward facing dog. Press your toes, take the head all the way back. Downward facing dog. Now bring your elbows down on the ground. Bring your hands together. Lift the heels, walk your feet as close as possible to the elbows. And then just pulse back up and down. Your head, maybe try to get in front of your elbows. If you're flexible, maybe your belly will come right against your thighs. Good, just a warm up here. Good, try to get your hips up as much as possible and back down. Now walk your feet back out, come back into downward facing dog. From here, lift the left leg up and take it between your hands. Come into Virabhadrasana 2. Open up to the right. If you can, sink a little bit deeper into your hips so your knee goes over the toes. Be strong and mighty like the warrior. Come into the warrior consciousness. Look over the right and left hand. Now from here, Parshvakonasana, left hand down, either on the thigh, depending where the hip is, or if your hip is low enough, on the ground in front of the foot. Left arm over the head, stretch from the foot all the way to the hands. Beautiful. Turn your chest up a little bit. If you can take a bind or half bind, go ahead. The right hand comes behind the back. You can either have a hand on the thigh or drop your left shoulder a little bit and wrap your left arm underneath the leg. Join your hands just against the left thigh, right beside the hip. Push the right shoulder back. Now from here, straighten out the front leg, coming into bound triangle, or if it's too much, regular triangle. You can just move your hand back behind your heel and bring your right arm up. Release the bind. So whichever, again, expression is suitable for your abilities, go to it now. The head low to the ground. Next pose is the balance pose. Bow Ardha Chandrasana. If you can do it with the bind, then go ahead. You can try it. You can move your right foot in a little bit. You have to have your hip over the heel. Look down and see if you can bring the right leg up. If that's too much, you release the bind, your left hand comes in front of your left foot, and you do the regular Ardha Chandrasana. The right arm up, and you turn your body all the way to the right. Just nice, patiently, that's it. That's it, Nicola, good. More weight over the front foot, beautiful, Veronique. And bring the back foot back down. Turn to the front, right up into Virabhadrasana 1. Raise your arms up, look up, allow the head to fall back. Say this pose, I'm yours to do your service. Grant me higher devotion. And now from here, Parivrita Parsvanasana, right arm up, Go to the outside of the left leg. Rest the armpit on the outside of the knee. You can keep your hands in prayer if you like. Left hand pushes into your right. Try to get your belly higher than the thigh. And keep on turning your chest upwards. Try to get some of the chest behind your thumbs. If you can take a bind, go ahead. Use the left hand if you need to. Just allow the right arm to go underneath the leg. Left arm goes over your back. You can also bring your right knee down if it's too much. You can always find a modification that suits your abilities. Good. Now again, a balanced posture. If you want to try, you can bring the right foot in a little bit. Bring your weight over your left foot if you have the bind, so you can raise your right leg up. If too much, the right hand comes down again, about 14 or 16 inches in front of the foot on the inside of the foot this time. Thumb is to the right of the left foot, and just bring the left arm up. The leg is hovering about the height of the hip. That's it. Push out through the foot, Nicola. Try to get your leg straighter. There you go. Good. Hold your breath as you come into the pose. That's it, Veronique. That's it. Good. All right, break the pose. Come back into high plank. Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, chest, forehead down. Glide right into Cobra or upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Try to keep the temperament unchanging. Right leg up, and then step the foot between the hands. Getting ready for Virabhadrasana 2. Turn to your left. Look over the front hand. Sink down to the seat. Good. Then from here, Paschimottanasana. The right hand to the inside of the foot, left arm over the head or the forearm on the right thigh, and keep stretching from the foot all the way to the hand. If you want to take your variations with your bind or half binds, now is the time to do it. Left hand slips behind your back, either on the rolling thigh outwards, landing on the thigh, or bring the right shoulder down a little bit below the line of the knee so you get the right arm underneath the right leg. Push the left shoulder back. From here, bound triangle or regular triangle. Push the right leg straight. You can move the left foot in a little bit if you need to. Keep the bind, or you can do the regular Chikkanasana with your right hand behind, just a little bit behind the foot, left arm up. Either way is perfect if you're doing your best. Remember, it's not the result that's important, it's the effort. Now from here, if you want to try the balanced pose, move your left foot in close. Try to get your right hip over the heel if you're doing it with a bind. Try to take your left leg up. If you're not doing the bind, the right hand in front of the right foot. Left leg comes up, left arm comes up. Visualize yourself in a pose you're trying to attain. And then maybe, just maybe, the body will obey. That's it, good. That's it. Bring your foot a little bit closer, Nicola, before you raise your leg up. There you go. Okay? Good. And now, break the pose. Land your foot back down. Turn to the front. Virabhadrasana 1. The chest is forward. The head is all the way back. Looking up in abject surrender to divine service. And then lift the back heel, pat your feet to Paschimottanasana. Left arm stays up and then dives down to the right. The arm on the outside of the right leg. Push the right hand to your left, send the belly higher in the thigh, and keep moving the center chest towards the thumb. Move the right shoulder all the way back. You can, of course, take the bind here again. Use the right hand to slip the left arm assisted to go underneath the leg more easily. Join your hands underneath the belly. And push out through that left heel. You can bring the left knee down, remember. And then if you try to go into the balance pose with the bind, move your left foot in as close as possible. Wait until the hip is over the heel, gaze down, and then tip your head forward, bring the left leg up. If you're doing without the bind, left hand comes at least 14 or 16 inches in front of your right foot, to the right, to the left of the right foot. And then your right arm goes up, turn your chest to the right. Shoulders in line. Again, try to push out that leg. That's it. Bring the left foot back down. Step it back into high plank. Good. From here, knees, chest, forehead to the ground. Glide forward into your cobra or upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana, melt the heart. The forehead come down to the ground, if it can touch. Left leg up. And from here, we're going to send the knee to the wrist, coming into pigeon. Okay, so depending on your flexibility, actually stay with your foot close to your hip first. We'll just do an upright pigeon. So from here, just place your hands on your seat, push into your seat, use the fingertips to push the chest up away from the seat. Allow the head to drop back. Curve your spine like you're trying to get the back head right over your seat. If you have variations here, you can go ahead. If you know Raja Kapotasana, you can try to bring the right foot up. Take your hands to the foot, if that's accessible. Go ahead. Every posture and offering, just do the best that you can wherever you are at. Nice variations, you take your foot. If you can get both hands to your foot, you take your right hand to your foot, your left hand goes behind the back, and you try to hold the foot from behind. Your left foot is held by the left hand. That's it, everybody, good. Now from here, break the pose, bring the right foot back down if you have it up. Shift to your left a little bit and move the foot out if you can, depending on your hips, so that the foot heels on the same line as the knee. Just rock from side to side a few times. Try to get more weight to come into your right side so both sides hips are even. You can take the foot with your right hand, and left arm slides forward. See if you can get your chest on your leg. The right arm comes forward. Prone pigeon. A gesture of surrender here again. Humility. Your leg eventually close to the collarbone. Keep pulling your body forward. That's it. Good. Now, getting ready to come back. Okay, we're going to go into perhaps an expression of Vasisthasana. I'll just show it if you want. You can take your left arm around the back and see if you can take hold of the foot from behind, and then you turn on your right hip. Push into your hand, push into the right edge of the foot, and try to lift your hip. So it's like a bound Padmasana. Okay, if that's too much, you can just forego the bind and then place your foot on your thigh. You can do this version here. Or the regular Vasisthasana with both feet on the ground. All good. You're standing on your left hand first, your body turned to the right. That's it. Push hip all the way up. Beautiful, Brian. Nice. That's it. That's it, Veronique. There you go. Beautiful, Nicola. Good. Break the pose here. Come back to plank. Lower down knees, chest, forehead to the ground. Come right into upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Bring the right leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. Step the knee to the wrist. Again, pigeon pose. Keep the foot close to your hip for the time being. And then tell us which body out of the hips. You can stay here, you can place your hands on your seat. Allow the head to drop back. Try to get your elbows close together. You can even just take hold of your opposite elbows behind your back and push your forearms down into your seat as you lift your chest up. If, of course, you have the variations, Rajakapatasana, go ahead. You can only go as far as your imagination. So you have to keep cultivating a boundless imagination. And bit by bit, you will arrive. No attachment to the results. No expectations. Just do your best and offer it all up. Good. I'll break the pose. And then from here, lean to the right a little bit, push your left foot out a little bit so it's in line with the knee, and then just rock from side to side. Try to get both sides of the hips grounded. And take your foot in your left hand and slide your right arm forward. Try to get your chest to come right onto your leg. And rest and just keep lengthening and flattening out as you're in this pose. Stretch the body from the toes all the way to the fingertips. Surrender. Now, from here, start to make your way back up. So if you're trying the Vasisthasana version, you have to bring the foot in close to the hip again. Take your right arm around the back. Take hold of the foot or the big toe. You can pull on the big toe with your index finger and your thumb. And then you have to turn onto your left hip. Push into your hip, push in your left hand, push into the left edge of the foot. And then really lift your hip up. And then try to get your inside edge of the foot down. If it's too much to take the bind, you can just take your right foot on your thigh, left thigh, and then come up in the Vasisthasana variation or any other one. Good. Push into your hip. That's it. Lift your hip now. Make sure your left arm is fully extended. Don't drop into the shoulder. Good. Break the pose. Coming back into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Come right into your cobra or upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Melt the hearts. Now bring your elbows down onto the ground again. Lift the heels, walk your feet towards your elbows. Raise one leg up. And see if you can pulse up and down, up off the foot. If you want to come up into forearm balance, you may. Press into the arms. It's your practice, remember, just go according to your limits. Visualize your body moving to the pose. You can always keep your one foot on the ground. Nice. Now come back down. Try to come back up, but launch yourself with the other leg this time. So raise the other leg up, and again, try to see if you can make your way back up. Sometimes it's different. It might be more or less difficult. That's it. Press the base of the toes. Beautiful. Nice control, everybody. Beautiful entry. Good. That's it, Nicola. Bring your foot a little bit further back behind your head, okay? All right, come back into downward facing dog. From here, let's see, take your right foot up, Ekapada, and step the foot between the hands. And from here, back into standing split. So bring the left leg up. Keep your fingertips on either side of the foot and bring your right hand right on the ankle. The right index finger just against the outside of the heel, and keep on trying to raise your left leg up. If you need to bend your left knee, it's all good. Bend your right knee if you need to get your belly against the thigh. And then if you can walk your left hand closer and closer
If you want to try to take your hands on the foot, the index finger to the inside of the heel, and you hold your breath as you're doing it. Try to remain in control that your feet are right on top of one another. Standing splits. And bring your hands on either side of the right foot. Pulse up and down, up off the right heel. You can stay doing this. Push down into the ground firmly with your hands. And then if you like, hold your breath. You can see push up off the foot, right off the foot, raise the foot right up off the ground. Lift up through the hips. And you maybe bring the right foot up to meet the left. Full handstand if you have a handstand practice. That's it. Push to the base of the toes. You got it. You got this. Beautiful, Virani. Keep going. Press through the toes that's above your head. That's it. Nicola, bring your feet a little bit closer to your hands before you jump. That's it. Beautiful. You can bring the leading leg, Virani, you can bring it further forward so that you're more in a split and you'll find the balance more easily, okay? Good. That's it, Brian. Nice hold. All right. 20 more seconds. Give it one more try. Dharma has us doing this for 5 minutes usually in practice. Good. All right. And then, all right. When you're done, come back into Uttanasana. Take whatever expression you like. You can take hold of your opposite elbows, drag them down the backs of the legs. Your elbows are right close to your ankles. And bury your face into your shins if your legs are straight. Or keep your knees bent, but keep your belly attached to your thighs. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up over the head. Arch back. And then come back home. From the heart again. Inhale up to the crown. Send the love out to all beings as you hold the breath. Imagine all beings experiencing this love that you're sending out to them. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain completely unattached to results and let go of all expectations. And release. Good. All right. So let's come into a squat. The warm, as Dharma says, right now, usually he says a warm-up is over. So now we go into the postures. Push the elbows out into the inside thighs, the wrists in line with your elbows. So we're going to start with the Sukha Adha Titipasana. Lift the seat just as much as you need to bring your left arm underneath your left leg. Left arm goes over your back and the right hand just allowed to be caught by the left hand and push the right hip all the way up. The head stays down. Good. Now coming back. Try it on the other side now. If this is too much, you can just keep your right arm against the inside thigh, the right hand comes out, the left hand comes up. If it's too much. Or you can take a bind from just wrapping your arm around the outside of the right leg and you join beside your right hip. Otherwise, go underneath the leg with the right arm. Left arm goes over your back. Catch your hand, your wrist, and lift your left hip. Try to get your left leg straight at least. And if you keep pushing the back of the shoulder into the inside of the thigh, you might be able to straighten out the other leg as well. Head down. And then break the pose, come back. Next pose, bring your seat up. Stork pose, you're going to take your arms all around. Your feet are about 3 inches away from each edge of the mat. Arms go around the outside and through the center. Bend your knees. Your forearms are just underneath the knees. So you can stay here for a moment. Press the arms against the inside of the thighs. Your seat's about the height of the knees. If this is already At your edge, you can stay here, or you can lift your seat. You can take hold of your opposite wrist and just push your legs back into your arms and try to get your seat up as high as possible. Your legs are straight. If you can go into stork pose, tuck your chin in. See if you can cup your hands around the ears. You might be able to palm your way back and take hold of the back of the head. Interlace your fingers so the hands look like a helmet. And try to push your seat all the way up. Your forearms have to be lower than the knees in order for your legs to straighten. Okay. That's the idea. Move your elbows down, your arms down a little bit more, Sophia. That's it. And break the pose. Now roll your way up. Good. Ballet pose. Standing on your left foot first. This is to help her balance first for the next pose, which is a little bit more of a challenging balance. So you take hold of the inside of the right heel and bring your leg up. Try to have your toes and fingers on the same line. So if you're, you might look like the letter T with your arms the height of the shoulder, or more flexible, more look like a letter Y. Good. Lean a little bit to your left. Try to get your right foot up higher. If you're very flexible, you can even bring your heel in towards your face and take your foot with your left hand. And try to get your leg right beside your shoulder and take your right arm up. So this is another option here. Good. Beautiful. And now bring the foot back down. That's it, Brian. Good. You can keep doing that. And then we'll go on the other foot now. So standing, anchor down to the right foot, spread the toes. Start off with ballet pose. Take hold of the inside of the left heel. If you're having trouble balance, you can stand against the wall or place your right hand on the wall. Coming into ballet pose. Now try to embody all the virtues and qualities of a dancer, the poise, the grace, the magnificence. Good. Press out. Beautiful. Press the base of toes. Nice flexibility, everybody. And again, if you want to try, you can bend your knee again. Take your foot with your right hand, the outside edge of the foot. Use your left hand to push the heel up so the leg is right behind the shoulder. And then arm out to the side. Good. And break the pose. Come back down. Okay, next pose is the Titivasana, the bird of paradise. So we're coming back into that Adho Titivasana. You lift, you bring your left arm underneath the leg, right arm goes over your back. You try to hold the wrist, and if you can, a little bit further up towards the elbow. So the more you get your hand up your elbow, the closer the leg will come close to the shoulder. And then you lift your left heel, you try to bring your left leg up. So press into right foot and come up. Okay, if it's too much, you can do it from standing. You can start standing and then just start there. And then if you can, you lean to the right and you try to get your left leg up. Try to have it nice and straight. Beautiful, Sophia. Sophia, that's it. If it's too much, you can just wrap your arm around the outside of the leg and do this pose here. This is a good preparation for the pose. Break the pose, come back down. Nice. And try it on the other side now. So go down to the right arm underneath the right leg. Take your bind first. Hold the wrist. Maybe try to get your hand up closer to the elbow. And then from here, you move your right foot in, lift the heel, in a single fluid breath, come up, press into your left foot and come up. Don't think too much about it, don't take too much time to come up. That's it. Once you're up, then you can straighten your leg. If you have your elbow, you might be able to take hold of your opposite elbows. That's it. push your shoulders back, Nicola. That's it, Sophia. Keep pressing to the right foot. Push the right shoulder into the leg. That's the idea. Good. And then break the pose. Come back down. Good. Shake out the legs a little bit. All right. So now let's come down onto the knees. Sit between the heels or on your heels if you like, depending on your knees, and come into Supta Vilasana. So some of us might be here. You can just come in this pose. Of course, if you have limitations to your knees, don't strain your knees. Don't go to a place getting pain or suffering. If you can go down further, you can sit between your heels and come all the way either on forms or maybe all the way onto the back, onto the ground. Take hold of your opposite elbows. And this helps us soften the knees. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, feel the whole body sinking down. The belly button coming right through the body into the ground. And then release, push into your heels, tuck your chin in and come all the way back up. Good. Here, Sukha Gomukhasana, but if you can do the full pose, you can just lift your seat, come up onto your knees, bring your right foot forward, and just bring it right from the left knee, and then move the left foot out, so both feet are turning out to the edges of the mat, and sit between your heels. Okay, so your knees are on top of one another, one on top of the right knee on top. And then the right arm comes up. Take your left elbow to the right elbow, and then bend the hand down the back. Push the elbow up further back behind your head. If it's all good here, you can take the body to have mobility. Left arm comes down, thumb facing down, and then up the back. Join your hands together and pull the hands down the back. Be careful of your shoulders, of course. Try to line up your elbows so that the right elbow is behind the head, not beside the head, behind, and the head in between. Keep sending your hands down to the lower, towards the lower back. Good. Drop down to the shoulders. Now from here, if you like, you can come forward. Bring your belly onto your thigh. Tip forward so you can get your right elbow to the ground. And then maybe lift your seat so your head comes down. If you want, you can even press your seat up off the ground. And keep moving forward until you're on the top of the head, moving towards the back of the head. Stretch the back of the neck. So it's an inversion of sorts. Some of you might even be able to go almost into plow pose, practically back of the head on the back. But again, do according to your comfort level. And from here, start to make your way back slowly. Bring your knees back down. Slide back, and then come back up. Press into your feet, hold your breath, and come all the way back up. Good. Release. Take your hands down. Lift your seat, and just walk around to the left. Just spin on your feet. Stay in the same place. Keep walking around. Your hands are always in front of your feet. And then you're facing forward again. Your left leg is on top this time. You come down. Alright, so pull on your feet so the knees are right on top of one another. Left arm comes up. Push the elbow up high with the right hand. Send it down your back. And again, if you want to take the bind, go ahead. Right arm comes down and then up. Lock the fingers together and push. Use the back of the head to anchor the legs in place. Elbows come in line, one on top of the other. Soften the face. Drop the shoulders down, keep the neck low. Make sure the body doesn't drop back down into the hips. Keep your torso nice and long, the back straight. Now lean forward if you like. Bend your hinge forward so that you land your belly on your thigh. And then lift your seat so your elbow comes on the ground. And keep lifting your seat until the top of the head comes down. If you like, push into the edge of your feet, lift your seat up. And just keep pushing the seat up a little bit more so that you land on the top, maybe in the back, towards the back of the head. Good. And then break the pose, come back. Bit by bit. And then release. Good. Okay, so now headstand, king of the poses. So I think all of you know how to do headstands, so go ahead into the expression that you like, and then hold it for a few moments, and then I can offer more variations while you're up there. Okay, so go ahead into your headstand. If you have a lotus, that always helps to bring the mind into more one-pointedness. So if you have a lotus, you can go into lotus, full lotus, not half lotus. Okay, so if you have a full lotus, you can go ahead and do that variation. Sophia, you can use a wall, remember, so that's it. Once you're in the pose, allow the mind to go into quietness. Leave the body alone, even if you're moving the legs or whatever you want to do. Keep your mind fixed on the space between your eyebrows. Beautiful. Now, if you like, keep one hand form on the ground, open up your hand so the palm is flat on the ground, and come with one hand in tripod. So slide your one hand back, let's say your right hand, stay on the fingertips, and then see if you can lift off one hand eventually. You can then just practice taking your finger up off the ground, one at a time, until you're just on the fingernail of one hand. The other form is beside the head. You can split your legs too, it helps with the balance if your legs are split, one from the other if the legs bent. Okay, so from here, one hand flat on the ground, you press the back of the head against the wrists, you can split your legs, and bring one hand out in front in tripod, come just on all but one index finger. And then if you keep pushing through the foot that's behind you, hold your breath. You might be able to eventually get your hand up off the ground. Just practice taking your finger up off the ground every once in a while. You have to press into the arm that's on that ground. Push the head against the wrists. Good. So you're pressing your head against the wrists, that's it. Try it on both sides. That's it, Sophia, nice. Véronique, j'ai une variation pour toi. Peut-être que tu la connais déjà. Tu peux une Kudinyasana, là, il faut rotate to one side, land your leg on your arm. Comme ça. Puis retourner les jambes ensemble. Et on peut tourner en premier. Il faut pousser les hanches vers l'arrière. Ensuite, comme ça. Puis on peut laisser étirer votre jambe. Voilà, notre variation. OK? C'est ça. Good. 2 more minutes. You can hold the pose at your end, or you can explore another thing. That's it, Brian. Good. Split your legs now. The top leg goes back, and then come back up and try to go to the other side. C'est ça. Extend your legs forward. C'est ça. Gardez les hanches très très hautes, c'est ça, c'est ça. Oui, maintenant, levez la tête, c'est ça, exactement. Et voilà, retournez. C'est bon, parfait. Okay, child's pose now. Come back down. Nice hold, Nicola. Beautiful, Sophia. All right. Relax in child's pose once you're there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, next. Shoulder stand. I will show you an entrance. If you don't have any neck or shoulder issues, you can try this one. Okay, so some of you already know it. You come into downward facing dog, elbows on the ground. And then you place your head between your elbows. You to have good neck flexible. Bring your chin right into your chest, press into your arms. And then just roll into it. And then you bring hands onto your seat. You come into shoulder stand from here. Otherwise, you start at the top of the mat. And you just roll back. Just like this. Okay, so if you have any neck issues or anything, or anything like that, or shoulder issues, just do the regular entry into this pose. You can start in plow pose, but then join your hand behind your back. Move your arms all the way back, your elbows close together, bring your hands onto your back, and bring one leg up at a time. This will ensure you have a nice straight line, toes all the way to the chin. Shalvingasana, a complete posture. All the same benefits as headstand, plus the added one of just keeping your thyroid gland and parathyroid gland. Les avant-bras sur la terre, Véronique. En avant, c'est ça. Alors, faut avancer les hanches le plus possible. On peut séparer, écarter les épaules encore plus. Juste comme ça, ok? C'est ça. Tournez le dos, c'est ça. Voilà. C'est presque là. C'est ça. C'est l'idée. Push your hips forward a little bit more, Nicola. If you have a lotus, again, you can do a lotus. Make sure if you do a lotus that your hips, your knees are higher than your hips. Use your hands to push your knees up. Good. Again, once you're in a pose, be very still. Bring your hands onto your back, Brian, and then push your hips up a little bit further up. Okay, before you take your hands onto your, come as high as on the shoulders as possible. That's it. Push your hips all the way forward, and then you'll be able to stay in a pose a little bit more easily. Okay, good. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. Now from here, plow pose. Keep your mind fixed on the center of the forebrow, the seat of divine perception. It's said that when 100% of your attention there, with 100% of your devotion, it will eventually trigger divine bliss. Keep on moving towards that. Become the object of your meditation and find divine union with God, which is within all forms. You can bring your thighs against your body if you like, your knees on either side of the head, and try to withdraw from the senses even more.
Shut out all the distractions coming in through the eyes and ears. Enter into deeper concentration. Now from here, bring your hands behind your back, palms down, and start to slide back out. Keep your thighs close to the body, roll back down. As your seat comes down, move your hands closer together, and then eventually your seat will land on the wrists. Once your seat's on the wrist, keep moving your legs down until you're halfway down. And then once you're halfway, your legs halfway down, lift your back up off the ground so you look like a check mark. Pull your elbows a little bit closer together behind your heart. Push your chest up, and then bring the top head down. Fish pose. You can stay here if it's too much. You can bring your legs down. If you want to do flying fish, take your hands out from underneath and bring your hands in front of your legs, same angle as your legs, your palms together. The top head on the ground. Breathe very fast, bust your breath. Bring your feet down close to your seat, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Take your fingertips on either side of the head. Push the seat up off the ground and then slide your head a little bit closer in towards your feet. Turn your hands around now, fingers facing outwards. And if you can, lift your head up off the ground. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Stretch. If too much, do bridge pose. That's it. Stretch your legs. Good. And then coming back down gently. Once you're on the back, breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Relax, let go. Imagine you're fainting. Now raise the right leg up. Bring your knee close to the shoulder. By bending the knee, take hold of the ankle and pull on the leg. Be careful, close to your hamstrings here. Push the foot towards the head. Try to straighten out the right leg as much as possible. If you need to, you can slide your left foot in closer towards you as well. If you're very flexible, you can try to bring your foot beside your body. So the knee is more or less in the armpit, your foot's beside your head. Good. Be mindful, of course. Always bring your attention to the area where you want to find more release. Direct the intention of release there. That's where the prana will go. Your attention, remember, is like a magnet. Now bend your right knee again. So happy baby pose, half happy baby. Your heel over in the same line as the knee. Just beside your body, underneath your arm. And then bring your leg onto your chest if you like for upside down pigeon. You can take your foot even in the crook of the arm and try to get your chest, your leg on your chest. Now from here, come back to half happy baby pose. If you want, you can try to bring your arm in front of your leg. Slide your left foot in. If you're very flexible, you can lift your back up off the ground. Try to take your foot behind your head. No forcing, no going to a place of pain or suffering again, or anxiety or distress. So if you try to take your leg behind your head, peel your shoulders up off the mat, push the foot further back, and pull towards your left. You have to wiggle a little bit, bring your left knee in towards your body, sometimes helps. That's the idea, good. Then from here, use your left leg, so swing your left leg, kick your left leg up. Come right back to seated position.
If you can't keep your leg behind your head, no big deal. You just keep your, we're going to do an arm balance here. Press your, take both hands to your right foot and then just push it back and forth behind your body a few times. Okay, good. Now keep your knee back there, take your right arm in front, and then just hang the leg over the arm close to the shoulder. So a few variations here. You can press into your hands, lift your seat, lean forward a little bit. Your hands have to be in front of your seat, not beside. And then lift your seat, hold your breath, and take your left foot up. If that's difficult, you can hook your foot on top of the left foot on top of the other, and push into your hands. You have to lean forward a little bit, push into the back of the leg, and you can extend your legs. This is 8-point pose, Ashtavakrasana. Can you lean forward a little bit? That's it, Sophia. Good. Good. And if you want to go even further, there's a nice variation here. You can stay here first, and then tip forward, bring your left leg through, right into Kundinasana, eventually right into Garudasana, down to Garudasana. Back down. That's it. All the way through. That's it. Push into your hands. There you go. That's it. Beautiful. Nice, Veronique. That's it. Bring your seat up a little bit more, Nicola. Flex your feet, Sophia. That's the idea. That's it. Good. You got it. All right. Nice. Try it on the other side now. Okay, so you're starting your line all the way back down. And then you can slide the right foot if you need to. Bring the left foot up and take the knee to the shoulder. Hold the ankle and push the foot towards your head. If you can straighten out the right leg, flat on the ground, then do so. And you have that flexibility. You can put the foot all the way down to the ground beside your head. And now come back into happy baby pose. Bend the left leg again. So your shin is vertical. The knee is just underneath the arm. And then just push if you like. Bring the leg, the shin across the chest. Take the foot in your hand, in your right hand, or you can bring it into the crook of the arm. And just try to push the shin into your chest. If you can get your heel on the same line as the knee, great. Your left elbow is just underneath the knee. If you can't get it, it's still great. Remember, you're always just constant practice will eventually get you to a place where you can learn your tricks to get into the poses. Good. Now, for those of you who want, you can come back to happy baby pose. Left arm in front of the leg this time. Push the back of the shoulder into the back of the knee. The right knee comes in right against the body. And you can see you can take your left foot behind your head. Push the foot back. Lift your shoulders up. You have to pull on the foot towards the right. You have to get your head and shoulders up high enough so that you can push your foot back. That's the idea. And then swing the right leg up. Come into seat position. And then from here, the Ashtavakrasana. You can even do it with your leg behind your head if you want. Okay, so you can even, if you have that pose, elephant trunk, you place your hands down, push your hips up, and lift your leg up. Too much, of course, your leg goes over the arm, close to the shoulder as possible. And then flex your feet if you're doing that one. Hook your foot on top of your left foot. Lean forward, your chest is parallel to the ground. And of course, if you want to bring your right leg through and behind, Kundinasana, Push into your hands for into Bandhagirudasana. And then back out.
Beautiful. That's it. That's it, Nicola. Good, 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 good. See you again, Sophia. That's it. Push your hips up. That's it, Brian. Good. There you go. Nice. Easy peasy. You make it look so easy. Beautiful. Nice. All right. That's it, Nick. Lean forward a little bit, Nicola. That's it. Push your hips back a little bit more. There you go. Okay? And then just stay strong through the arms so you can get your leg through. Back. You got it. You're there almost. All right. And release here. All right. So just come onto your tummy for a moment. Forehead on the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. So just start off with Cobra, hands underneath your shoulders, just bending your back the other way, feet together, roll your shoulders back, and come up into your Cobra. Uncoil. Just imitate the move of the snake. Take your head all the way back. Open up your chest. Keep your shoulders down. Make sure you don't lose your neck. Imagine your head's going right over your seat. Push your chest all the way forward, away from the hips. And as you get deeper into the pose, you can come onto your fingertips, move the hands close to your hips. Almost the whole body, from the legs up, the top legs up is up off the ground. Open up your legs. See if you can bring your feet to the head. King Cobra. Even if your feet don't reach there, just keep imagining your toes coming closer and closer. Again, feel the sensation of your squeezing socks behind your knees. Point your toes. Good. Bring your hands a little bit closer to the body, as close as possible. Come onto your fingertips to give yourself more strength. 10 points of pressure. That's it. Lift the palms up, Sophia. That's it. Just a little bit more, Veronique. See if you can get your hands even closer to your hips. Yeah, you just gained like about 3 or 4 inches right there. Beautiful. Your head's almost there. Good. And break the pose. Come back down. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend your knees up. Dhanurasana. Take hold of your ankles. Flex your feet. If you can take both ankles at a time, go ahead. If you need to do one hand at a time, also good. Bring one forearm down. Take one hold of one leg and pull it up. And keep pushing your foot away from your body. And then once you have that one foot, it might be easier to take the other foot. So start off with bow pose at first. You can rock a little bit if you like. You might be able to come all the way back onto your knees. Be very flexible. Hold your legs closer to your shins. You might be able to get your feet on the ground. So be knowledgeable about your body, of course. Get your knees down, push into your feet. You might put your feet right to the ground. Chest up. You have to keep on pushing your chest forward and up. That's it. And then release. Break the pose. Forehead down the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, one more variation. If you want to do the same variation, you can. If you want to take the overhead one, if you have the shoulder ability to do so, you can even do half. So take one foot, bend the foot out, bend the toes under on the leg that's straight. Lift the foot up, take the foot from the outside, the thumb pressing to the base of the toes, other fingers around the outside.
Lift the knee up as high, the elbow as high as possible, so it's over higher than the shoulder. And then you bring your elbow forward. And then you can stay here and take your other leg up like this. So it's halfway there. If you can take your other hand the same way. But be careful of your shoulders. Okay, so we can at least work one side at a time if you're not quite there yet. Use a strap if you need to. Be mindful of your shoulders. And if you do that variation, make sure you try both sides. That's it. Pull on the ankle. Good. Good stuff. Nice. You're always trying to move your joints in a way that's not harmful to the joints, so make sure that your elbow is higher than the shoulder. So then it's a natural movement to bring your elbow forward. If you just trying to torque your arm around, it's not good for your shoulders. So be mindful. Okay? Good. And then break the pose. Okay, last pose, last back bend. Do whatever you want. Offer it up. So you can do Urdhva Dhanurasana if you like. You can do scorpion, forearm balance, handstand. You can just scorpion or whatever you want. Dancer pose. Dancer's another one. Standing bow pose. This one here. Or the overhead one if you have it as well. With one or both hands. Make an offering, a divine offering of the pose. Kapotasana is another one. Beautiful. Beautiful postures, everyone. That's it. Bring your chest up, Nicola. Flex your foot. That's the idea. Good. One more minute. Beautiful bridge. And Urdhva Dhanurasana. That's it. That's it. Push through the foot, anchor down through the pushing the edges of the foot, Nicola. All right, slowly start to make your way out of the pose. Take your time. If you just arrived in a pose, then it's okay. Take your time to come out. Beautiful. Okay, so now we'll go into a twist. Let's do Adho Mukha. If you can, fold the left leg, the left heel is beside your right hip, your right foot goes on the outside of the left knee. If you can't get both sides of your hips down, just extend your left leg straight out and move your right foot forward, just between your knee and your ankle. Left arm up, right arm behind the back, center the back, and then twist to the right. If you know any variations here, you can with binds or whatever. You can take your left hand to your heel and pull on the heel. Keep pushing your lower back up and in with the right arm. Turn to the right. Keep your back very straight and tall. not just the eyes that turn, the whole torso turns. Visualize the spine spiraling upwards. And this might help you move deeper into the twist just by visualizing what's the effect. And change your legs around. Your right leg folds under, your left foot on the outside, the right knee. Go to your left. Push the lower back up and in. Lift up through the heart. And then turn to your left, sorry. Break the pose. Make your way onto your back for Shavasana. Lie on your back. This is where more of the purification takes place. And it happens as a result of surrendering all effort, all tension. Feels as though the body just fell from the building, just completely, all the muscles instantly released. Feels as though all the muscles dissolved. Everything just sinking down, feet, lower limbs, thighs, heavy as can be, the hips, the pelvis, everything from the waist down, heavy. The hands hanging lifelessly off the wrists, lower arms, upper arms, shoulders, arms just hanging like dead weight off the shoulders alongside the body. Completely dead-like. And then the whole back of the body, from the upper back all the way down to the pelvis, the hips, sinking more and more. Even the organs within the body, heavily just pressing into the body, everything, causing everything to just sink and sag from its own weight. Even the organs themselves become sluggish, not being able to keep up their function. So the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the stomach, the diaphragm, everything. Still, from the neck down, everything like a corpse. The head heavy, the neck, no feeling of tightness anywhere around the neck. All the muscles of the face soft, no indication of tension anywhere or strain. The forehead smooth, the eyelids heavy, the eyes just gazing to the back of the head, the eyelids softly, no hardness. The jaw relaxed, no clenching or sensation of grinding. The jaw is just loose and relaxed, tongue resting in its bed. Point where even the brain within the head, with
without any reaction from the body, the mind now has an ability to just quiet all the thoughts in the mind. Quiet whatever's passing through the mind. Just be like a witness watching them, no concern, no judgment as to what's passing through and at what frequency. Imagine the best taking place. All now the body's completely surrendered, receptive. Feel all the purifying effects of the practice, all the benefits of the practice streaming in like great beams of energy and light, flooding the body, coming into the pores of the skin. Feel yourself being inundated by everything that you need to feel fulfilled, to feel grounded, to feel deeper in connection with your true self, which is the same nature as God's, infinite, pure, stainless, immutable. Allow all those purifying effects come in and rid the body of all its impurities that exist on all levels, the mental, physical, and the spiritual. The physical impurities that manifest in the way of feeling a blockage or tightness or withholding tension. Those mental impurities, which are like those thoughts, those impressions that we form that cause us to always be attached or identifying with the body, the mind, the emotions, to be always influenced by the ego. Let go of all those thoughts that cause you to prevent you from seeing your true nature. That is the biggest impurity. And the spiritual impurities which keep us in a place of judgment, of not having compassion towards all beings equally, of not feeling the love towards others that are not their family and other than our family, friends, and pets. Extend the compassion to all beings. Cultivate an unconditional love for all forms. And this happens as a result of the practice. Seeing God in all forms. Anchor this intention in your mind and heart in all your interactions in your day-to-day life. Imagine you're standing face to face in front of God. And then perhaps it will be unimaginable to want to do harm, to think of them in any other way but with love and compassion. So now let's take that intention out into your day-to-day lives. Prepare now to come back to seated position. Awaken the body, and in the most gentle and mindful and reverent way possible, make your way back to seated position. Keep your eyes closed. And once you're seated, just sit tall and supreme, as per your true nature. Close with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within and send out to all beings everywhere. Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Thank you so very much for coming, everybody. It's such a pleasure to practice with you and to see your beautiful practices. Namaste. Amazing effort, everybody. Thank you. So I'll send out the recording in case you want to look back at this practice and do it again at one point. Next one's in December. I'll just post it when I figure out the date. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody. Sending so much love to all of you. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Have a great day, everyone. Beautiful practices. Such an amazing thing to watch. Okay. Bye.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye, Brian. Bye, Nicola. Always a pleasure to see you guys.